Happy Saturday, everyone. How are you? Posiwi's in the house. Here enjoying a little bit of Nectar of the Gods. Been doing some exciting yard work and fun like that. So it's uh guppies are great. Just been I'm actually put on my last trio of the California Reds are on Aquabid. And once they're gone, it's gonna be a while. I have more fry coming up. So it'll be a couple of months. But yeah, what's going on in your world? Everything's good here. I'm glad fall is here. It's like 61 degrees this morning. Oh, perfect. Oh, the Dr. Pepper and cream, they don't have one that's sugar free. And so I'm not having that. But yeah, I hear it's you know who loves that also, Posiwi? Our buddy Doug Gray. Doug Gray likes it. So there you go. Yeah, so it's been busy. Let's see, what other things do I have going on? It's zero soda, the Dr. Pepper with cream. I have not seen it yet, so I will look more aggressively. And I'm scheduled to go down to Fayetteville in a few weeks, and I'll go and see if they have it there. In Joplin Mo, we have a lot of things going for us. We now have a Raisin Canes. We have Panera Bread. We have, uh, a variety of different ethnic food choices. But some of the stuff at the grocery store we really don't get. I was jonesing for one of my dad's favorites. German family, Scandinavian family, my dad's side of the family. It's an appetizer, an hors d'oeuvre called pickled herring. I think people in the Jewish community love that too. It is a real deal, and it's good. Well, I'm like hitting places and I'm not finding it. So that may mean I may have to be. You love pickled herring? Yep, it's great. On a Ritz, on an amazing Ritz. New King of England, Peter Thiel the First. Oops, just in, you just lost out to King Charles III. Yeah, my parents weren't that inbred. Actually, I have no problem with English monarchy. I think it's an immensely cool tradition. I think that Queen Elizabeth, if you go through 70 years of donating her life, pretty awesome. Whenever you have someone who goes out and donates their life to service, and she did that. It's you can not like her, or it's obviously a little bit of crazy kid stuff. Andrew's a handful. The other three seem fine. Andrew seemed to be the handful. She went and did her duty. It's a real lesson, by the way. Frequently, Chewie, God save the king. Yeah, by the way, people saying they're mourning, she's 96. May we all be that blessed to hit 96. And may her memory be a blessing. It's, my goodness, she was there forever. And, and she was going to do her duty until she died. Yeah, Subarus never make it to 96. Yeah. I'll tell you what, a lot of people looked at Charles as being the villain with the Lady Diana thing. And I'm going to give you an unpopular opinion on this thing. New England Endler, how are you? It takes two to tango. She was no walk on the beach either. She she was beautiful. Oh, it has nothing to do with Lady Diana? Okay. But let's also be honest here. When you have children, those are the first priority in your life, to make sure that you are imprinting upon them not only the genetic information, but your family's values, caring and love and understanding and being there. And she seemed more interested in flying around. Okay, I said it. Instead of being close to her sons. And I don't know the whole deal there. So could Charles have done stuff differently? Of course he could have. Could she have done something? She comes across some sort of martyr and some sort of victim. Of course she could have. It's just going on from there. So today I need to get to fish stuff. I've been on lawn stuff and grocery store stuff. I may be doing a lot of fish stuff tomorrow, because when we're done here today, I have to finish my lawn, and then I have to go and do. That's true, Doug. Women are insane, except for Posiwi. So, and by the way, I'm not. It's there's a lot of cruddy dads who have no involvement with their kids. There's it's but when you bring kids in this world, it's got to be your focus, and it really does. He says, "No, Doug. I'm the most insane." So I had a date last night, everybody. We didn't get to the point of talking about my fish. She's a trainer at a gym, and she does digital work. She builds websites and stuff like that. And a first date thing, I don't know where it's how this goes. Is that I try not to make them too long, just enough time to spend some time, listen, learn, all that good stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, she's a really nice girl. I don't know if she's my type or not. I haven't figured that out. I'll let you know. It was nice. It's this year, dates with 3 different women. Holy capoli. Yeah, I actually went out and I took time away from Ancient Aliens to enjoy a time with a new friend. So there you go. And if you noticed, you never see any of the Ancient Aliens drive a Subaru. Yeah, let's see, what else do I know? I've just been life's good, busy, it's fun. This week I have a lot of junk going on. We have a big project at the office, and Friday at the end of my workday, all of a sudden a huge wrinkle was thrown into it, so I have to deal with that on Monday. I got invited somewhere Monday night, So it's and it was a very nice invitation. So I'll go into it's a function, and so I'll go. I won't be there long, but I'll go and make an appearance and then get out. So it's by the way, for those of you who Joplin, Missouri, one of his claims to fame, besides being the home of Mobb Guppy, is it is along the route of Route 66. And so Route 66 goes through, and I picked up my groceries this morning on Route 66. I get my grocery kicks from Route 66. Yeah, the Cowboys are not going to be good this year. Peplin Creek Aquatics, JETS, Jess. Hey, Peplin Creek Aquatics, I did a video featuring some of the fish that you're selling. I did a thing on Get Gills, and I highlighted I think at least one of your listings. So I've started doing that every once in a while, going through and highlighting, different stuff for sale on Get Gills and also Aquabit. Pretty good. Yeah, Doug, Get Gills is really nice. I sell a fair amount of fish through Get Gills. Dan of Dan's Fish, who runs it, is really a good guy. And unlike some folks who do a lot of videos about fish, he knows about fish. He's a really good guy. Yeah, it works really well for me. I highly recommend it. I've gotten hey, what's up, Chattanooga Ed? We have a lady here too, Chattanooga Ed. Say hi to Posiwi. So I've sold a few things in the last few weeks off of Aquabit. So there you go. You're just selling yourself these days? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Hopefully, Keeler shows up. Chattanooga Ed had pictures up outside the Tennessee Aquarium in Chattanooga. Which, by the way, I haven't been to a bunch of these aquariums, but I've been to many. Next to Monterey, that's my favorite aquarium in the country. And again, I haven't been to them all, but I've been to a few. The national one in DC, when I went there, it was a pit. Kaylor's on day 6 of nonstop watching the new Elvis movie. Okay, have you guys seen this thing? I keep hearing 2 different deals. That's unbelievable, that it's great. And then I hear, yeah, okay, the music's great and the performance segments are great, but no, it's not that good. So what do you guys think? What do you think of it? I haven't seen it. I really hadn't much desire to see it because how many Elvis movies can you see? Yeah, one of my buddies, I have one of my buddies in college was a film major and who worked for a long time. He's worked for set design companies in Los Angeles. And so he works at set design companies and stuff like that. Oh God, you're the only one who saw Cats, Chattanooga Ed. Uh, and he was complaining. He goes, there's all sorts of footage of Colonel Tom. And why couldn't have Tom Hanks watched that? So, yeah, he was Greek. He was Greek, I think. It's changed his name to Colonel Tom Parker. Met Dr. Feelgood, brought him to Elvis to keep him under control. It's great. Really strong. I have Texas and Alabama on. Texas has the ball. The score is tied at 10 each, and which I think is fantastic. Roll Tide, lose. All right. So yeah, good times. Yeah. So let's see what's going on with the fish. I've just been so. I have a lot of stuff. I've been getting a lot of stuff done with them. I need to do maintenance. Uh, but I think by the time I get my lawn done, we've gotten a lot of rain here. And here's the negative to the battery operated lawnmower is that for those of you who have thought of getting it, I need to get a second battery. I haven't done that yet. Um, is that the battery lasts? It's depending on how much grass has to go through. Also, and I will tell you, moisture in the grass slows it down. The battery lasts at the best about 40 minutes, which for me that's about 2/3 of my yard, which is fine. You just plug it in. A few hours later, you go back out and finish it. Well, we got a lot of rain, and so I went out yesterday. I hit a bunch, got it done. Yeah, I need to buy the spare battery, Doug. And so yesterday it went through the battery really quick, mainly because it had been about 2 weeks. All of a sudden I got half the yard done last weekend. All of a sudden we got a bunch of rain, and I had to. It was just too damn wet back there for me to in my backyard to mow. I got my front yard done, so I went and I got a bunch done today, but I still have a little bit to get done in the backyard. So I got done. The beautiful thing about the battery operated deal is you can run that thing. I can be out there at 7 o'clock, and I've quizzed my neighbors. I said, "You didn't hear that, did you?" I didn't bug you, and they didn't hear a thing. So it's so it is really quiet, gets things done. So there you go. What else do I know? Uh, yeah, the fish. Hey, Melvin, how are you doing, buddy? You didn't say hi to me first. What's wrong? I thought I raided with you, Melvin. Chattanooga Ed, obviously more. Doug Moore. I thought I raided. No worries, it's okay. It's and by the way, I think Mitch Trubisky is going to turn out to be a fine quarterback for the Steelers. I think everyone's going on, but remember, he was playing with the Bears. I think if his mind is right and he has the confidence of a gunslinger when he's playing quarterback, he actually may do really well for them. Yeah, so a couple of notes here. Trubisky's clumsy. Well, that whole Bears offense when he was there was clumsy. It really had nothing to do with him. You look what they're doing with the kid they've got there now, Justin Fields. And I think I'll give you my whole thing about, obviously I'm not a professional picker. I'm not a professional scout of NFL quarterbacks. What I saw in Ohio State in how Ohio State went and in the playoffs, they ended up losing the last game, but that first game, he took that team on his back and he willed them to win. He willed them to win. Justin Fields, I think, but unfortunately, that Bears thing is a complete nightmare. And I feel sorry because I think that guy could really be the deal. The guy to watch out is Malik Willis in Tennessee. I'm not an official scout of NFL quarterbacks. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, it's by the way, I like my Vikings too. I think that Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, but I think that he has to do, you only get what you get from him. He's a statistically great quarterback. He's not a great quarterback if you expect him to will it to a win. I would love my Vikings to win. Obviously, it's my dad, who was an original season ticket holder of the Minnesota Vikings. In his head, I think he had done many things in his life. I think the one thing that he was very sad not to have seen is the Super Bowl win. I hope sometime in my life I'll see it. You have Rhaegar now. Good luck with that. Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you what. This Malik Willis, if you saw what he was doing, he has a quick release, a flick of the wrist. Like I hate to compare anyone to, because but it's kind of like a Patrick Mahomes ability, So there you go. I think he has a really good, quick stuff. So I appreciate that. So let's see here. A couple other little notes for those. I don't think the Chiefs and Vikings will be playing until Super Bowl, 58 or whatever this is. It 57 or 58 this year? I don't know. That would be great. And I'll tell you, I've lived in different places around the country, and there are times I've really had problems with, I thought the fans of a specific team were bad fans, and I really didn't enjoy I really didn't enjoy how the fans behaved. Chiefs fans are great. I like the Chiefs fans. They're good people. Yeah, Mahomes is a goodie. Yeah, so a couple of notes here, gang. I look at this and I think this Willis kid, I think he was the steal of the draft. He may be the biggest steal for an NFL quarterback draft since Tom Brady. I said it. Why he did not go in the second round, he went as late in the draft as he did, is because there are a lot of teams who could have obviously have needs at that position. including the Vikings. It's yeah, you go through and you do that. Okay, let's see what's going. I need to go and pick up some Cyclops, frozen Cyclops. I like getting that every once in a while. I add a cube to the baby brine shrimp I mix up and feed the fish. I do that every once in a while. I think it's a good idea. And I also need to pick up, and I do this where I have adult, uh, guppies. I will put in some frozen bloodworms with them now and again, and I really enjoy that a lot. And I don't do it very often, but a cube every couple of weeks. I usually let it, in water. I usually allow it to thaw, and then spray them into the tanks. And the adult guppies really like them, and that's good. So it's now where you guys are you beginning to feel fall-like? I know on the West Coast, if you're out west, it's still hotter than heck. I think they're supposed to get rain this weekend in LA. And so let me look at the rate, my personal Doppler radar at the weather.com. And supposedly they're supposed to get some rain, which is unusual for them. So there you go. By the way, if you've ever been in California during rain, it's actually kind of funny. Well, looks like they have had a little bit of rain, but not that much. A big thing of rain right now that is not quite in Oklahoma City, all the way through Ontario. Big, strong line of storms. It doesn't look severe. Technically, we're supposed to get some of that here in Joplin Mo later on this evening. So that's why I'm busy trying to get my mowing done. Then I can use aquarium fish water and put that over my lawn and allow that to go and do that. So, yeah. You take Doug Gray first? Yes. And again, folks, I'm going to say something and it could cheese people off, but, I'm just going to say what it is. If someone has to tell you they're an expert in something, they're not. It's, I don't ever claim to be an expert. I do claim that I know some stuff about fish. If you think I'm an expert and you think I know what's going on, well, I'll take that as a compliment, but I don't sit there and say, boom, I know enough about guppies, enough about care, and enough about stuff that I can solve problems and help people with the hobby. But I do not consider myself an expert. Skull binding regime. Yeah. You're too old? You've had 20 more inches of rain than Seattle? Yeah, it's been very dry here. We had a real dry summer. And in the last 3 weeks, we've gotten some rain. Not a ton, but enough to screw up the backyard. And It's really weird. We went through this whole drought thing. We got a couple of things of rain in a row, and all of a sudden my lawn went boom, completely blew up, which is terrific. And I appreciate that very, very much. Oh, my next door neighbors, they do a lot of Halloween stuff. I'll do a video when they have all their Halloween junk up. It's they have right now 3 12-foot skeletons in their yard. They've got yeah, it's and by the way, I'm going to say this. Being a homeowner is the best investment you can ever make. That being said, hey, Fishymon 64. It can be the best investment you ever have. I don't have to worry about a landlord complaining about how many fish aquariums I have, or my dog, or I don't have to worry about a thing. And but the deal is, once you become a homeowner, yeah, your job is you got to mow the lawn. And I don't mind it. I actually think it's good to be outside and to be a part of the stuff. I really like it. I really appreciate it. I enjoy that type of stuff. But it's and especially it's really kind of funny is that people think since I'm not married, I have all the time in the world. No, I'm doing like 2 people's jobs keeping up with the house. I've got to cook. I've got to go and do all that stuff. It's a heck of a deal. I'm going to tell you. It's you got to do a lot of stuff being a homeowner. And it's again, it's just someone was asking if I wanted to help out with something like a normal volunteering thing, and I do volunteer work and junk like that. And this was actually going to be real time, almost on a weekly basis. And I said, no, I don't have the time. And they go, well, you're not married. Okay, I own a home. I got a dog. I've got a bunch of fish aquariums. I have to work. I have a lot of stuff going on in my life. So there you go. So that's the thing. And for those of you who are not homeowners, everyone should want to be a homeowner. I think it's really smart for your personal financial success and stuff like that. But it's a pain in the butt, and it's and you're responsible for everything. So, and I'm not captain. My brother's real handy. He can rebuild stuff and junk like that. Me, not so much. I have different skills. Different skills all the way around. So let's see what other deals. Yeah, I've got to pick up a rack this week. I've got to go pick that up. And get more of these tanks up. So there you go. What else is going on, gang? I personally believe that, yeah, fish room kind of rack. Yeah, a fish room rack, Doug. Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, a fish room rack. And yeah, strong. Yeah, I need to add more in. I need to put more up. So I think this weekend, this coming weekend, I'll be setting up another rack. And I'll get the tanks up there and running. Pretty strong. What I want to do is and I've been doing this now for almost 2 years. I want to move all my fish, everything into the fish room that I have set up. Thanks to some guy in Missouri, you have 3 tanks of lower sword guppies now. Let me tell you, Doug, you're going to get some more. Those suckers reproduce really well. Those swordtail guppies are amazing. I love them. Absolutely love them. And every person, Chattanooga Ed, you can attest, every person should have swordtail guppies in their tank. Every person. They're gorgeous to look at, great colors, and yeah, really strong. And by the way, Pussy, cutting down on tanks is almost you'd almost have to go to to therapy, like treatment, for those who overcome an addiction of some sort. And because it is an addiction, there's no question about it. And yeah, it is a big addiction. But the negativity of not having enough aquariums. Lots of negativity. And by the way, Texas looks like they're just about to go up on the University of Alabama, which is wonderful. Wouldn't it be great to see Alabama lose like 2 or 3 games this year? I think it'd be fantastic. Roll Tide! And Nick Saban's about to have a kitten, so that's kind of nice. When you go in and look at fish, in their tanks, yes. Yeah, everyone needs swordtail guppies in their tanks. Everyone should have at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 aquariums of swordtail guppies. They're gorgeous. They're amazing and they're beautiful and everybody should have some. You can't hear anything? All right, sorry. Let's see. I'm changing over because I've had those hanging on the side sponge filters, and I can't find the suction cups for them. So now I have to confirm, go to the ones that are on the bottom. So that's one of my little projects right now in the fish room, and so yeah. And I've got to go and do that and get that done. So it's that's one of the things I have to watch carefully and get in place. So let's see what else. Yeah, so the sponge filters, Doug, you build your own because you're a genius. I will go and buy some because I'm not that good at it. So Chewy, in Canada, are you, because Queen Elizabeth is on all of your currency up there? When does Prince Charles show up, or King Charles? When does King Charles show up on your money? What did one saggy boob say to the other saggy boob? If we don't get the proper support, people will think we're nuts. Not all currency. They have pictures of Justin Trudeau on some. Oh, the Queen is just on your coins now? Yeah, I used to spend a lot of time where Canadian currency would flow around a little bit. There you go. Well, you're going to see King Charles before you know it. And Justin Trudeau, yeah. The prime ministers are on the bills. Is Justin Trudeau yet on the thing? Is his father Pierre Trudeau, or his actual father? One of the favorite conspiracy theories about Justin Trudeau is that his actual bio dad is Fidel Castro, which I think is a fun conspiracy theory. So it'll be historical figures on the bills, like Abraham Lincoln, Winston Churchill. It's Pepe Le Pew. Oh, the younger brother is Fidel's kid. Justin was before that meeting. Okay, very good. Yeah, Nickelback. What about Avril Lavigne? Give her a bill. I like me some Avril Lavigne. Dudley Do Right. William Shatner. William Shatner, he's Canadian. What about Anne Murray? What about the band Loverboy? Yeah, the great Wayne Gretzky. Exactly. Wayne Gretzky on there. Chief Crowfoot? Okay, excellent. That's nice. Sounds like a good idea. Not as much fun as as putting Seth Rogen on. Who's Canadian? Where are there some good Canadians that we could put up there? Let me Let me do some Googling. Famous Canucks. All right, here we go. Oh, Jim Carrey. Oh, Celine Dion. Ryan Gosling. Drake. Oh, let's see here. Tommy Chong. But he's still alive. You almost want dead Canadians, right? That's why we could put Nickelback on there. Their careers sort of dead. Alanis Morissette. Keanu Reeves. It's endless. Pam Anderson. Randy Bachman. There you go. Yeah, his name is Chad. What's Chad's last name? Chad with Nickelback. Kroger. When I typed in Chad, that was the first Chad to show up. Was Chad Kroger. And he doesn't seem to be a very pleasant man. Yeah, Rush. Forgot Rush. That would be a good one. All three of them. Yes. Yeah, the great Gretzky should be on the best guy ever play hockey. Oh, he played for a lot of people. He was a session musician. In fact, Ozzy Osbourne's new album, Taylor Hawkins is playing background on several of those things. Yeah, drugs are bad, everybody. Take it from Tyler Hawkins. Not good. Not good at all. He was also the drummer for the Foo Fighters, Chewy. Before the Foo Fighters and before Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. Go ahead, tell us. I can Google it, but I'm lazy. But if you're going to make me, I will. Taylor Hawkins, let's see here. He played with, he was not Canadian, by the way. Not Canadian. So there you go. Oh, he played with, let's see here. And he was a good player, and drugs are bad. Jane's Addiction. He was several members of there. And Taylor Hawkins played with Elton John. So there you go. You're in Sweden. You have Ingmar Bergman. Yeah. ABBA knew some bills. What about Yngwie Malmsteen? Yngwie Malmsteen. I come from Swedish background, so it's Yngwie Malmsteen would be good. And what about the Swedish bikini team? I think that would be strong as well. On your money. And, and maybe some lutefisk. Lefse. Lutefisk should be like a theme. And what about the band Europe? And what was the name of the group that the guy and the gal, you got the look? I have lost weight. I'm about 15 pounds lighter than I was a little over a year ago. I still have about 15, 20 to go. Thanks for noting. Well, that's good. You'll get the king on your currency. Be collectible. Be collectible all the way around. Who else is over from Sweden? No thanks. Roxette. Yep, Roxette. You're right. Swedish meatballs can get a coin. Swedish sausage. I don't know how close this is to actual Swedish sausage, but the Swedish sausage that we would get at a Swedish grocer in Minnesota called Ingebrigtsens, when you cooked it, it was kind of gray. Gray sausage, everybody. Yeah. It's awesome. It's actually really, really good. Your Slurpee cup just broke all over the place. I'm sorry, Chattanooga Head. That's probably a sign you should not be having Slurpees. Slurpees are bad. Yeah, Slurpees are good, but they're bad. Now, in fish keeping in Sweden, what's the big? Uh, is there a group of fish that people really love? Do they love guppies or bettas or certain types of cichlids? What's the hot fish in Sweden? Here, it seems to be there's a lot of people who love, the flower horns seem to be kind of a big deal here. Swedish fish, of course. Yes, but bump. Yeah. Turkey, meatballs, turkey. Most of it's German. Yeah, what we ended up getting in Minnesota is very different than German sausage, which, by the way, is very good. So there you go. The shrimps are popular. Yeah, aquascaping. Yeah, shrimps are very popular here as well. Very popular. And by the way, I have respect for people who do a lot of aquascaping, and that's their deal. That's not necessarily what I'm really good at, and I probably should focus on it. When I move all the aquariums into that back room, maybe I will go from that. Swedish fish, of course, yeah. Cod, a torsk. Is torsk Swedish or Norwegian? Torsk is poached cod that is dipped. You know a girl on the team of Aquascapers of Sweden. There you go. Torsk is poached cod. Yep. And you go and you put it in melted butter and you eat it like that. And it's great. And torsk is Swedish for cod. Yeah, there in America, in Swedish communities, torsk is a big deal. My mom, when I was a kid, my mom wasn't Scandinavian, was not Swedish or Norwegian or Danish. But my dad loved it, so she learned how to cook it for him. And yeah, I'm all in on that. I love that a whole lot. I love that a whole lot. It's and of course Norway famous for King Oscar sardines. Peter Tork was in the Monkees. Yes, he had nothing to do with the delicious cod. He just made beautiful music that we could all enjoy together. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, I had to. Salmon is good. I like salmon. I like salmon a whole lot. Yeah, you'll want to try it. Thank you very much. They were big in the late 80s, early 90s, the African cichlids. Yeah. I love the African cichlids. I don't have any at this time. I think they're gorgeous. I think they're gorgeous all the way around. All right, gang. It is time for me to get this junk done. Thank you so much. We'll be here next week, and maybe I'll put out a video in the next day or so here. Thank you so much. Have a great, great weekend.